Hello, everybody, and welcome to Uproot Reddit. When traveling to another country, especially if said country is where you were originally from, you'll want to enjoy your time there. And the great thing about being from that country that you're visiting is that you know where to go, the best places to eat, and how to communicate with the locals, which is very important. I mean, what could go wrong? Well, Reddit user Deleted can think of one instance. They were just taking their family to Germany for a visit, and although they are from there and can speak the language, one person just up and spoils their fun just because they shamed them for faking an accent. In today's post, Entitled Mom says, "I can't speak German correctly. I am from Germany." Here are the cast of characters. Quote, "Me, a German. My wife can speak German. My nephew can only speak German. And then Entitled Mom and Nice Kid who can't speak German. Me and my wife went to Germany for 3 weeks for my dad's birthday. We stayed at my brother's place in Berlin. We took my nephew Ben to the zoo and some other places. We see American tourists, you can tell, walking around the zoo. We walk over and say, 'Hi, how are you?' She tells us that we said it wrong. I don't see what's so wrong about that. She also mutters, 'Stupid Germans.' We tried to say we are from America and that she was rude. She then talks to my nephew, who knows only German. 'How's the zoo?' And 'Are you from America?' He sputters out some German and she freaks out. 'How dare you lie to me? I am an American.' Yes, she was yelling at people in their own country to speak English. And how well did that turn out? We tried to explain to her that me and my wife live in the States and my nephew lives here. Then her kid just yanked her away and mouthed, 'Sorry.' We quickly left after. So you're visiting another country and you expect the locals of said country to speak English, even though that's not their first language? Well, see how that request will backfire in an instant. And here's some updates from Deleted. Quote, "I told my wife this, and she said the lady thought it was freak the flip out o'clock. Also, I live in the States, so you don't need to say we are not all crazy." How awkward is it that you have to explain to an entitled mom that you speak the local language because you were born and raised as a local before moving to another country? And not only is the situation awkward, the entitled mom blatantly assumed that she could shame them for quote-unquote faking a German accent. Then again, entitled moms just love to assume that they are right and everyone around them is wrong and should listen to them. You may not have encountered an entitled mom during these quarantine days, or perhaps you have, and it's your next door neighbor. Reddit user Deleted encountered an entitled mom that wanted to take advantage of their so-called free schedule by sending their overbearing children to them. In today's post, annoying neighbor thinks that just because I'm a 20-year-old female in quarantine like everyone else, I have plenty of time to teach and play with her kids. Basically, the title. I started tutoring some kids at the beginning of quarantine for extra money. This one woman in specific thought she would pay me in experience. She didn't pay me for a month. When I asked her why, she said, "I thought you wanted to do it for yourself so that you can gain some experience with kids." I made it clear that I wasn't teaching for free, and she called me a selfish brat. I have stopped teaching now because it was overwhelming. Yeah, it is, especially during the quarantine. But she still sends her kids to play with me. She says that they really love me and want to spend time with me. Either that or she can't stand them. I don't want to be a butthole by shooing the kids away every day, so I let them come over once a week. I teach them painting and crafts, and I have set boundaries and tried to explain that I can't give them more time, but she still sends them every day. I asked her to not do it, and she tries to guilt trip me for not loving her kids back. Not to be mean, but her kids are wild. They have to touch everything and are super loud. I am seriously considering moving at this point, because, I'm so done. And here's an edit from Deleted, quote, "Thanks for your response, guys. I wasn't actually seeking advice because I'm aware of what I'm doing wrong. I just wanted to share or vent. But also, thank you because some of your advices were helpful and insightful. My country doesn't have CPS, so that's not an option. And the cops too wouldn't do anything in a personal matter, or as they call it. I'll try to talk to the kids and let them know that I'm not their friend and can't take care of them for free. I'll let them chew off their mother's ear to pay me if they really want to spend time with me that bad. Because honestly, taking up a feud myself might backfire terribly. Also, I'm not spineless. I just have a soft spot for children. I don't hate spending time with them. I just don't want to give entitled mom power over me. And I'm doing everything to make my position clear without causing drama. Entitled mom, everyone being in quarantine doesn't mean that everyone is not busy. And frankly, no one wants to spend their quarantine days taking care of your wild children in their home. Seriously, entitled moms are just too much to handle, even when they think that everyone must bend to their entitled will. Hopefully her kids will give her an earful, like what happened at one wedding that Reddit user, the Quarantinian, witnessed. By the way, great name. Apparently, this mom was trying to run the wedding like it's hers, but did she forget that it's the bride's day, not mom's day? Especially in today's post, mother of bride forgets it isn't her wedding. Either she forgot or she just decided that the event was going to be all about her, even down to the decorations. Let's hear what the Quarantinian witnessed. Quote, "As a kid, I would often be working at my dad's workplace. He was an off-premise caterer and an event planner and would often be hired to put together lavish wedding parties. Huge feasts, cheese, and fruit tables 40 feet long. Lots of wine, sometimes multiple pigs for both an afternoon and an evening roast. Lots of fancy people wanting fancy parties, paying a ton of money, and expecting the world to revolve around them. I mean, what could go wrong with that idea? Well, one event in particular stood out because when the bride-to-be and her mother came in to go over details, they had some rather heated disagreements over some really, really stupid crud. My dad would just sit there quietly, not taking sides, which is a good thing, and patiently wait for people to work out the differences. But one argument came to an interesting and final conclusion. The mother of the bride was arguing about the specific shade the decorative ribbons and icing trim on the cake should be. Of course. Up until that point, she had proven herself incapable of letting her daughter have the final say in anything. From the menu to the plate garnishes to the time the meal was to start, the mother was insisting that she had her way on everything. The daughter was gritting her teeth and just grinding through it. But when her mother started to fuss about the exact shade of off-light green, no, that's too light, no, that's too dark, the bride snapped. She loudly and firmly stated, "Mother, if you don't knock it off right this instant, I am going to disinvite you from the wedding. This is my day, and while I value your input, the decisions will be mine." She then turned to my dad, looked him squarely in the eyes, and said, I will be signing your check. You work for me. Nothing is decided until I say so. If my mother tries to plan or change anything, you are to call me immediately. I do not expect you will have any problems with that." My dad simply said, "Not at all." And they got back to planning the wedding. Yikes. Mess with the bride and you get the boot. And all three entitled moms just tried to show that they know what they're doing, what they're talking about, and why everyone should follow them. But hey, does anybody care when they are loud and obnoxious? Anyways, that's all the time we have for today. We'll be back for more annoying entitled moms posts right here on Uproot Reddit. And we'll see you all next time. Stay safe out there, everybody.